All right, let's wrap this one up. We're going to hear about some of Meghan's favorite shows. I honestly don't watch a lot of TV. Let me know what you think of these shows. They sound a little goofy to me.
Watching great storytelling, there's nothing like it. So
Let's see.
I would say
Look at this.
White Lotus was a pretty good example.
I know nothing about this show, but it looks horrible. This guy looks really weird. Like, is he supposed to be like brainwashed? That's what he looks like overacting brainwashed. And I don't even know what's going on with this. So yeah, if you know anything about that show, I don't think it would be great. Maybe it's good. Who knows?
So our kids, well, I mean, Lily is only one, so she doesn't watch TV, but Archie, he's loved Octonauts for a really long time. It's amazing because he's getting into more throwback shows like Magic School Bus. Who would have thought? He thinks it's great, and so that's been pretty fun to sort
Are
of
those
see.
like paid sponsorships or something? I wonder why they're putting all the dates and everything. Let's see, what is her expression there? It's weird that I notice her smiles never meet her eyes. And I'm curious if that is because it's just totally ingenuine, or did she recently get Botox? I don't know.
And through his eyes. And Storybots is fantastic. It is such great educational programming for kids that's fun, so many good songs, and I've become that mom.
I'm actually thinking, I think it is just not genuine because you do see the rest of her face moves, like the skin, but her eyes, she doesn't smile unless she only got it there.
Like sitting around with friends and I start singing like, Tyrannosaurus, that's the chorus, Tyrannosaurus. I was like, what am I singing? Oh my gosh, I'm singing Storybox. I am not singing Beyonce in that moment.
It's funny, one of you pointed out when she said, hey everybody, there's like a 5-second delay and then everybody's like, yay! Because they had to. And this one, if you notice, the laugh of the interviewer is like a few seconds late and a little bit forced. Like it was like a polite laugh. It's like, ha, ha, ha. Who knows? Maybe it was added in post-production. I feel like they would do a better job though.
Singing Storybots.
Tyrannosaurus, that's the
Chorus, Tyrannosaurus. Okay, welcome to Archetypes. Let's do this. You ready? So Archetypes is my podcast.
Has she ever had a genuine smile? The only time I feel like she has it is when she's sort of doing that preening. She looks to really enjoy it.
We just launched recently, and it's really about dissecting and unboxing these labels and these tropes that try to hold women back.
Buzzwords, means nothing, complete nonsense. She treats women worse than just about anybody. And again, though, I think that's how she does get some fans, is tapping into the us versus them. It's very old. It's been used for, thousands of years, normally for very bad reasons, like an us versus them, when you can make people feel like, oh, we have a common enemy or we're being treated poorly. Not that that's always false. It definitely happens in the world. It can mobilize people. So again, we'll see sometimes people really siding with her. Everyone who doesn't like her is this, that, or the other, not realizing oftentimes that's simply used to manipulate the masses of people who are not as intelligent for that person's gain, not for the gain of the group.
And define women as a one-note human being, but no human being is one note.
But
so in the conversation,
again, this stuff doesn't really mean anything. I'll be honest. I remember I was in school and they were trying to teach something like this, back in high school, and it was when there's a movie, you can have different characters and their labels. Sometimes they're the good guy, sometimes they're the bad guy, and they were arguing against that and how that was bad and bad for women. I'm yeah, I understand you need to have multiple notes, but I don't get, what are you actually arguing? If you're in a movie, you are playing a character. I've not really seen, what is she actually arguing against? It's this ethereal thing, what are the labels she's arguing against? Again, it might exist, let me know, but it just seems to me like it means nothing, so it's hard for her to actually be pointed out, hey, you don't actually do anything, right? You could just buzzword, virtue signal, without anyone really noticing, or any unintelligent people noticing, that she doesn't actually do anything.
I'm having with the women on this show, we really get to peel back the layers and remind
And on that
ourselves.
note, look at Mariah Carey, right? She had her on the show. She said the littlest thing, connecting with Meghan Markle. Meghan went and tore her down in all these interviews. So she's talking about lifting women up. She brings the women on there to try and get them to give her like credibility, and then she discards them or tears them down or gets really insulted. So she's certainly not doing what she's saying she's doing.
That it's important and okay and perfectly normal to be a multifaceted human being. And we laugh.
That's really good, but she doesn't do that in her podcast. And this is like a weird thing that it's like so in vogue to like everything has to be like negative, like you're fighting someone. Like, wouldn't it be really cool? Like, I think it'd be super cool. Again, you know, everyone can make any podcast they want, but if it was a podcast for women where it's like, hey, it's women, we're gonna do all this cool stuff, like we should be multifaceted and like be a, you know, Renaissance woman, you know, like let's learn how to paint, and like if it was like positive, I think that'd be really cool. I don't get why she had to spend like 3 minutes talking about labels and all these buzzwords that don't mean anything, and then like 10 seconds of lip service to like actually doing something.
And we have a lot of fun, but we also, I think, dig a lot deeper than some of us have been allowed to before.
What does that mean?
I think,
and like who's stopping you from digging? And she's such like a victim mindset. And to me, I feel like this stuff, you know, there's like an underlying like aggressiveness to it, because you're saying like women, we haven't been allowed. It's like, who's not allowing you? I feel like it is a lot of like anger towards like men or something like that. It's just like creating an enemy, and I think for her it gives her an excuse to treat people badly. But again, the funny thing is, in her personal life she does seem to actually treat men better. Well, not the men she dates, but at least in like her professional life, than she does women. But I think again, it's just a way to tap into that anger that's really popular to, you know, just you need an us versus them, and she'll get that however she can.
in moments of challenge or when you're trying to dig deeper into these conversations, it can be very heavy part of...
Okay, that's enough of that. Conversations, buzzwords, etc., etc. Let's see one more.
What I find a lot of strength or faith in.
Strength, faith.
Just looking at my kids. I know it sounds so cheesy, but my gosh,
look.
Perspective.
That's huge. I know it sounds so cheesy. That's mean like, I don't think you're going to believe me. And then her weird looking up. This is like, that is so not genuine. I know it sounds cheesy, but I just get so inspired by my kids, which is a pretty creepy, weird thing to lie about, because you should be inspired by your kids, I assume, or like at least like it's weird to use them as like just a way to get credibility, but that seems to be what she's doing right now.
Building thing. And also I think recognizing that everything is temporary.
Okay.
To really just enjoy what time we have here, what we're doing with
Enjoy what time we have here. More like double speak. I don't know what it means. But anyways, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys soon. Keep those recommendations up. I saw the Vogue one. Could someone link that one? Because I'm not sure which exactly it is. And I see your other recommendations. I'll get to